Hey guys, welcome back. Legion here with you again, like always, back for another episode of the DNS Tech Pack. So last episode we were kind of working on some Draconic Evolution, and made ourselves a new little sword, which is pretty dang cool. I did come back and put Looting 3 on it, so we have a pretty stacked enchant system, Soulbound 1, Sharpness 5, Reaper 5, and Looting 3, and we still have one more slot open, which I just don't really know what I want to get. So this episode we are going to work on our power system. I kind of led into last episode that I want to go with a double turbine setup for big reactors. Now I did fill this in. Now this platform we're gonna use it eventually, but as we kind of work through stages of our power generation, we start off with the gasoline, then we went up to a big reactor. Now we're gonna go up to a dual turbine big reactor setup. And then probably next tier will be mechanism fusion reactor, and then maybe even get into reactor craft. So this platform I got kind of laid out for the fusion reactor, and you can kind of see where I kind of mocked up my turbines with turbine casings, and they're going to kind of go vertical off of the top of the big reactor. And I left myself a little bit of room in here, that way I can come in here and screw with the control rods, because I think we're going to have to play with it a little bit, but this is kind of where I think I want to be at. So we're going to get set up for that. What else did I want to show you? I don't know what else I wanted to show you. I think that was it. Another thing I need to do is I'm still cooking up the Enderium blocks. So I got 15 to go. So that's still running. Do I have anything else cooking? No. Okay. I need to turn you on because... So, yeah. I did make 2 elite induction cells so that I can up our power storage. And unfortunately, it tanked my gold pretty bad. So I need to get this guy up and running, and let that go. So these guys got an hour worth of fuel. Takes a minute for them to spin up and kind of equalize, but we'll get that guy processing. And what's wrong with you? Okay. Slime balls I'm getting kind of low on. What I do, I need 10. Okay. Alright. Speaking of that, how much jet fuel do we have? 118 buckets. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, good. So that's that. So we need to do a few things before we can get into the dual turbine setting. The first one being cyanide reprocessor, because we have to have a little bit of plutonium to make one of the things. Actually, I think we need 8. One of the things from the turbine. I don't remember which one. Go down here and find a... Yeah, this'll work. Yeah, this'll work just fine. Put you there, because it needs water. To make the cyanide. Or to make the plutonium, I should say. Now, to use the plutonium, we need it for... What do we need it for? Something we need it for. That's it, the turbine controller. So we need 4 total. That's why I threw 8 in, because it's a 2 per recipe. And it looks like we'll have enough water. Yeah. Good deal. Alright, snatch those up. Alright, so let me just tell you what I got made up so far. So did a little bit of math, and hopefully my math is okay-ish or close-ish, I should say. But we'll find out very, very soon. Alright, so 2 turbine controllers. I think we have enough blades and rotors and everything. We're going to need some power taps, 2 of those, and I'm going to be using the unlimited, the infinite transfer pipe, power pipe from thermal expansion. We're going to need some of these out of buckets. Four of those. Two of those, which means that I'll probably need, I think, 4 more of those now. Okay, I'm not going to worry about computer control. I'm going to try to manually control it. We'll see how well that works, but you know how things go for me. So yeah. Let's start getting this guy built. Okay, 2 power taps, 2 controllers. So 2 of these, 1 input and 1 output of each. So yeah, so that should be my layout. Okay, cool. And hopefully by the time this gets finished cooking, be about ready to get everything wired up. So what I'm going to hold the camera and build this real quickly because it's kind of boring. So I will see you guys in just a second once it's fully built. Alright guys, we're back. So just waking up so I can hopefully work during the day. I yanked out the power taps. Back here I got some water inputs just to kind of start the system. Up here I built the first of the 2 turbines, got it laid out. Still haven't put down the Enderium, but we're working that direction. So now I have not built a reactor or a turbine like this before, so I hope I don't screw up, but I got an idea in my head. Now I just got to be able to implement it. So these are going to be our water inputs, right? So I got 2 transfer nodes down there with 15 world interaction upgrades. 15 is just a number I'm trying. Don't know if it's enough. We'll find out very, very soon. Okay. So those are pumping water. Okay. So we are full of water. Now the next thing I want to be able to look at. Now the reason I only... Oh, you still got some power in you. Well, how should I do that? I think it'd be okay. I don't know. So the reason I only built 1 is because I want to leave the ports, the control rods, open because I want to dial this back to exactly put out 4,000 steam a tick. And I don't know what it's going to put out right now, so that's why I kind of left it open, because we're going to kind of... I should have tried this and gone in creative and tried it, but I didn't feel like it, so we're just going to kind of smooth it out as we go. So the reason I want each turbine to get 2,000 millibuckets a tick, because that's the max. Yeah, it can dial it back enough, but I'm not really hurting for resources. And then you can get some really custom and computer craft automation and do some really weird and awesome things. But right now, we're just going to go for the blanket. I want 4,000 or 4,000 steam a tick. So let's see what we got now. So we're already full on steam, and it's only putting out 974. That's because we're full of steam. So that did not work out like I wanted it to. But I guess what we can do is to go ahead and maybe make this one and then dial it back using those control rods. That's kind of my backup plan. So let's do that next. So I'm going to use 2 reactor ports, and I need to grab my wrench. So I'm going to need that. We can probably put the bow up for a little bit since we're working in our our compound. So you are going to be there, and you are going to be there. Okay. Oh, remind me. Oh, is it? Reactor coolant. That's. I gotta remember how to flip these. That was shift right click. Alright. Let me get this made, and then we'll kind of go back to the next step of what we're doing. Alright, so I guess I was misremembering. These both, you don't have to shift right click on them anymore. They both act as kind of a, you can use it for either one. So basically I put in the reactor port and the turbine port. Basically they're kind of married up to each other. So my plan in my head, again, plan in my head, is that these two will be able to exchange steam and water back and forth, so it'll be very much like a closed system. That's how it's going to work in my head. We'll have to see. Most of the endearing blocks are finished, so I have 37 in there. I think 37's come to my memory. 36, 37. It's not exactly 40. 8, 16, 24, 32. Wait a minute. 8, 16, 24. For some reason this seems right. I'm going to have to check it. But we're going to play with it. So let's close this guy up and make sure it works. Okay. So we do have a good reactor now, or a good turbine. Let's kick you back on. And let's kick you on. So we're going to disengage coils and activate turbine. And you... Are you getting steam? Are you getting steam? Why you no send steam? Well, we got a problem. Somewhere we got a problem. Which is not surprising. Do I have enough water? Yeah, water's good. Okay, let me troubleshoot for a minute. Let me figure out what I did wrong. I'm sure I did something. So give me a second. Alright guys, I figured out my mistake. Y'all probably watched me do it too. I was doing a shift right click, but it's actually just regular right click. So I did remember right. I just didn't remember the not putting shift in. So I got turbine number 1 up and running and spinning up. So I'll show you how I set up that one on here on the number 2 turbine. So this will be fluid back in from the turbine. So we'll just whack that. So fluid out and then fluid back in, and then this will be steam out, steam in. Make sense? That's pretty cool, right? So I'll go ahead and just... No, I put glass on the bottom. Okay. Looks like I need to cook up some more turbine glass. So that's that. Now we can actually go ahead and start building this up. So what I'll do another quick cut and go ahead and put all the pieces and parts in there. Let me see if my Enderium's done. See, how many did I use? I used 24 plus... How many did I use? So it's 8, 16, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I used 29. I don't know if that's right. We'll have to see. Enderium. How much more we get made? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to need... another 20. That's going to take a minute. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now, and I will see you back here again in a second. Alright guys, we're back. So I got the last bit of Enderium cooked up, and let's get it placed down. So that's there. I got a few extra blocks. You know, let's just throw these down because I can't quite remember how much blocks of Enderium it'll take. Alright, so we got a good casing there. I went ahead and put these control rods all the way down. This one already ran up a little bit, or do you have power in there? I don't know. This one had some power in it. So I have our cryo-stabilized flux duct. That's going into the induction matrix, and which I do have a few more pieces of induction matrix cooking. So hopefully we can expand that a little bit more. So let's turn this guy on. Alright, so it's making 4,000 millibuckets a tick. So let's turn these on. Activate turbine. Activate turbine. Coils are active. Wow, that jumped up in speed really quickly, didn't it? Alright, so we are going down. So this is going to be kind of the fine-tuning process where I'm going to tune it up a little bit. To where I can get to that magical 1800 RPM. Okay, still going down. Going up slightly. Perfect. Going up because I set it 2000. And you can see how as soon as it gets any water, it's dumping it right back into the reactor. And we are never running out of water here. So pretty cool. Now, one thing I'm wondering is in the older versions of big reactors, the reactor wouldn't auto-regulate based on the output. It would just put out straight whatever amount of millibuckets a tick for whatever you set it to, and you had to control your millibuckets per tick of steam by your control rods. But I've noticed that as I adjust the reactor, or adjust the turbines, this adjusts as well. So I'm wondering if this will adjust down. So let's try. So that's 3110 at 0.5. Okay. So it's not. That's not. Okay. That's okay. I can fix that. I can fix that. No problem. So now we're only putting in 12,000 RF a tick when we were at what, 23? But as you can see, it's slowly climbing. And I'm hoping each of these will put out about we're at 20,000 RF a tick. I'm thinking. Okay, that's slowly climbing up, which is fine. Give it a little bit of a little more juice. But the good thing is we got plenty of steam, which I figured we would. But the next process will be trying to dial down our reactor to kind of correspond with exactly how much steam we want to use. That way we can turn down our burn rate of our yellorium or yellorite, whatever you want to call it. So cool deal. So I'm liking that. That's going. Now this one should actually put out more RF than this one, but I want to see how the drag comes back into play. So I can go ahead and bump this all the way up. and get it up to the higher RPM. Okay, I'm going to monitor this for just a minute and make sure we don't have any issues. I'm waiting for this to finish crafting. Looks like it's almost done, and then we'll expand the induction matrix just a little bit more so we have some more room for more power storage since we're making more power. So I will be back in just a minute. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and induction. So we have 3 of those. How much more gold do we have? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that just kills the gold. I'm going to go ahead and make another one of these. How much gold? Okay, that only puts up 36 gold. That's fine. So that way we'll have another 2x2 of that, and we'll make a few more of those. So we'll just key that up. So I'll be back once everything gets done crafting. Alright guys, I'm back. So here's kind of what I've been playing. Okay. I need to slow you down a little bit. Okay, so it looks like you're... Okay, it's going to walk down a little bit, which I'm fine with. It looks like we're at 18,000, right at 19,000 RF a tick. And what are you at? 20,000. Okay, so I guess I probably can break that other one open and put some more Enderium in there. So put them both at about 20,000 RF a tick. So it'd take us right at 40,000 RF a tick is our input, which I can't complain at that. 39.2. Okay, I may do that. I do have some more Enderium cooked up, and it won't take that long to do. Now, the other thing that I was worried about, is I had such a high burn rate. Well, now I'm starting to play with this, and I'm doing it kind of a little bit of a swag. And if you don't know what swag means, it's a scientific wild-ass guess. Is what I'm doing is over here, and I know I can do with this computer craft, so hopefully nobody says, hey, you should just do computer craft. Yeah, I know, but I kind of like this. So what I have here is I have my reactor redstone port, and then when I say from a signal, I want you to set all the control rods to 60%. So when I set it to 60%, I was still making my steam that I needed for the amount of steam I needed to run both turbines. And now I can probably walk it down a little bit more now that I'm coming down off of my RPMs a little bit. So let's walk it down to 50%. Set from signal, commit, give it the redstone signal, and we should see our temp go down a little bit more, which it is. But as long as we're maintaining our 3,300 millibuckets per tick, I'm okay with. And you're going to see our burn rate go back down even lower, which is what I want. Now if I jump up here, we should still be doing just fine on our RPMs. Looks like that's actually pretty close to stable. And so that's 1,700. What is this one at? 1,600. So just a little bit of fine tuning. So maybe I should pop this one open and stick in those other 3-ish Enderium blocks. So let's take you... Sucks that I'm going to lose all my RPMs, but that's fine. You know, this is all part of the game. You there. You there. I have the 4th one on that corner. Cool. Alright, activate, activate. So that's going to spin back up, and they'll both be putting out 20,000 RF tick. So take us right at 41,000 RF per tick, which should be plenty. Are you going up or are you going down? You're going up. Yeah, just fine tune it just a little bit more. And then I'll just fine tune our rods a little bit more. So let's go ahead and I don't know if you have to do that, but I'm going to do that. So let's take this down to 42%. Commit. Turn on. You should see our heat and our burn rate walking down. Awesome. Alright, so I do have the induction things in here so we can expand our induction matrix. So let me grab a capacitor of one that's fullish. Okay, yeah, you're filling up. Is that my high tier one? Cell. No. Yeah, that's the one I want. I don't want this one. This is only a 1 million one. So we'll put that away. Nice try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these up to create kind of a temporary power so I do not lose power with my network. Too bad. So I'll go ahead and get this ready. We're going to expand out. We have 4 blocks. Well, that needs to go there, but not yet. Okay. So we'll have 4 more blocks to put in there, so I'm going to increase our output and then go up on our storage. And then I want to move that redstone port, which I need to grab my thingy out of here. Configurator. Cool. Then we'll have to move that one. That one's main power, and that one's going to oh, well. Okay, well, time to get it done, because when I did that, it broke the multi-block, which is fine. So you. Oh, I didn't mess it up. I don't know what I was doing. Okay, so that's good there. Stick that there for a minute so our network keeps power. Okay. So that's that. Now we need to put this guy back on here. This is for quarry power. And we're set. I think we're giving it 1200 ARF a tick. And you're quarry power. Okay, fantastic. So that's good, that's good, that's good. And looks like we're good all the way around now. So upped our power storage by a fair amount. Got dual turbines running. This is up, we're coming right up to 1,000 RPM there. And you are I dare say very, very stable. Looks like it's going up just a little bit, which we can maybe just walk it down just a tiny bit, just to kind of hold what we got. And what's our burn rate? Down to 0.2. So let's mess with this a little bit more. Just go down to 35. Wait a minute. I'm going the wrong direction. 65 insertion. Because the more inserted you are, the lower the heat. I was doing that backwards for a second. Yeah, there we go. I didn't catch that real quick. As long as we're still good on our millibuckets per tick on our output, we're fine. As soon as I start seeing this drop, then I will be a little bit concerned, but I don't think we're going to do that. I want to try to get this as low as possible by walking our heat down. Nice. Love it. Now, the next thing I should... No, that's okay. I was going to say I'm going to move this around, but it's okay. It looks okay for now. Where are you at? Now I wonder what's going to happen if I take this out. Are we still going to be able to maintain our water? Which we should, in theory. Again, in theory. Because it's a closed system. Yeah, looks like it. Awesome. Alright, well that's 32 minutes. I am done. I'm out of here. Dual turbines running. Power up. Power storage up. Everything looking dandy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Remember, don't make the boo-boos I made. Just regular right click to change the inputs and outputs of the turbines. I'll see you guys on the next one.